So that people could understand, where you do make your money now is from audio programs, from books,
significantly,
and from speaking engagements.
Exactly. Significantly through online transactions, people buying on the internet at my website, my audio programs, books, and ticket appearances to my live events. That's it.
Yeah. And you're now on is it your third world tour?
My third self-proclaimed world tour. All three of which have taken me to Australia, many trips to Europe, all over North America. Last year I went to Moscow, I went to Istanbul, all over South America. So they truly are world tours, but they're humble and simple in that all I do is I tell people on my subscriber email list that I'm coming to, Mexico City, and boom, I've got a built-in audience just from my own database of subscribers.
You've given away such wonderful stuff. I remember when we sat down in London a couple of years ago, I think you maybe just finished your first world tour or something, or you're on your second one, and you were telling me about the first one. And at that point, you, from Florida, were kind of booking hotel rooms around the world and going to your subscriber base for people that would volunteer to kind of meet and greet people on the door. So I've always been an admirer of just how willing you've been to just keep showing up and keep
well, thank you
doing
very much.
What you do, and not, you've acknowledged that you've had lots of fears and lots of doubts and insecurities, but somehow there must be something in you that's stronger than all of that, that's more need to break through and keep showing
Well, I have my role models, and I deeply appreciate your persistence and your being in there. I remember when I only knew of you and didn't know you personally. So it helps to be enriched by every possible source that you can possibly be enriched by. And for me, we talked about this earlier privately, I think the one thing that keeps me going is not my necessarily long-term ambitions. It's that I love what I do. And that alone makes it long-term, and it makes my plans long-term. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for any other reason than the challenge of being creative, the opportunity to kind of get beneath someone's skin and plant a seed about with my thoughts so that they become their thoughts, so that they can grow into trees, into orchards that will one day be sown and reaped. And if, I used to think this before, it's not easy to imagine now, but if I had to, I would do anything on the side to make money in an alternative way to feed this fire of what I'm now doing. Because what I'm now doing is something I will always do, money or no money. And if I have to sweep the floor or cook hamburgers, which would be hard for a vegetarian, if I had to do anything, I would do it. And I don't think people should feel like they're settling for less or giving up on a dream because they, on the side, do an hourly job or have a career that they're not very fond of. We all have to make it pay, and either we can make it pay through what we're doing, and if that's not there yet, then do something else, and don't look at it as settling for less. Look at it as a stepping stone that enables you to do what you love. And for me and for Nick and eventually for anybody listening, you will learn enough through doing what you love and become good enough at it, your audience having found you, that you will be able to take that last step and be completely independent, following your bliss.
Any other tips you'd give for somebody who harbours a dream like you had, 9, 10 years ago, who just needs encouragement and practical advice? I know you have, the cursed hows. It's not so much about how, it's the willingness. But what tips would you give people that want to tread a similar journey to yours?
One thing that comes to mind right away is that 9 years ago, it was not as if I knew what the life of my dreams would entail, career-wise. In fact, I didn't know what to do with the rest of my life. I didn't know what my dream occupation would be. And often I tell my audiences, what you need to do, because doing something is all important, is assess what your options are, looking in the general direction of what pleases you. And if you are where I was 9 years ago, none of my options thrilled me. So sometimes it's a matter of choosing the least of the unattractive options before you. I know that's a double negative, but sometimes, nothing looks that good. Well, what's the best looking of the not good looking options? Okay, because I've never said I'm going to be a writer. I've never said I'm going to be a speaker. I've never said I'm going to be a webmaster. These were all possibilities that would lead me to a life that I couldn't yet describe. And they were doing something. These baby steps are always valuable because, as I've said, they put you in a place of receivership. So very likely, you may be thinking what I used to think, and I would share with my younger brother, I don't know what to do. If I knew what to do, I would do it, but I don't know what to do. If that's where you are, do anything. Look at what suits you to the best of your ability, what your strengths are, what you think you might like doing one day, and do that instead of doing nothing. And then there will be this evolution. The universe will get into the picture. You will be nudged gently this way, nudged gently that way. And because you're in motion, you're taking action, even if they're meager little baby steps, you will be infused with new ideas. You will be infused with whatever stamina, patience, integrity is necessary to get you to your ultimate end result. And I would also throw in there, I advocate strongly, it's the basis of my New World Tour material, Playing the Matrix, that end results, the life of our dreams, should always be defined generally, no details. The details have a place, and I know that that sounds like a contradiction to perhaps everything you've ever heard, maybe even The Secret. But for me, my end results 9 years ago were wealth and abundance. Not a dollar amount or a sterling amount, not a timeline, it was wealth and abundance, creative, fulfilling work. I wanted to have something that I enjoyed doing. I wanted to have international travel, and I wanted to have friends and laughter. Those were my only end results. All four of them are very general, which enables the universe to pick from an infinite number of paths to meet you more than halfway. If I had insisted on any one thing, I would have eliminated the possibility that I'd be a writer or a speaker or the many other things that I've done. So define your end results generally, because immediately when you do that, you know what you want. You want abundance, you want health, you want relationships, you want to look good. We all want the same things. Don't put yourself through the agony of trying to decide what you're going to do when you grow up. Just do anything and let the universe guide you. Now, as far as the details, you can visualize the details of abundance, the details of international travel, but you do not attach to those details. You only attach to the general end result. Again, it sounds a little bit different than what other teachers teach, which is why I've got now a 6-hour workshop on Playing the Matrix. It's very, very simple, but I've shared with you the most important points in a nutshell just now.
So when you talk about visualizing, as you say, it's more about visualizing the feel of the life that you want.
Visualizing emotion is more important than anything else. The feeling is the ultimate prize to every adventure in the jungles of time and space. So you can cut to the chase, skip the cursed hows by imagining joy, imagining happiness. And then the universe knows exactly how to get you there, and you've not eliminated any path by insisting on how to get there. Emotion is turbocharged power for visualizing and manifesting.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
My great pleasure. Thank you, Nick.